Hello again, everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you the pool waterfall, as I promised, and our pond over here as well. And again, these were both installed pretty much the same time as the pool. The waterfall actually got brand new marble dusting just a few weeks ago because the old marble dusting had just worn off completely and the waterfall was leaking horribly. So we replaced all that and now it works great. So that's the way it should be. Okay. Go over here to the pond. This is just standard water, obviously. No pool water goes into here because every year we have some frogs in here, which is kind of nice. This big evergreen tree or pine tree here really helps keep it shaded, which is good for them. And you know what? Actually, you can see these big grass plants here. We actually used to have one right here as well, but we actually took it off because these have gotten so big now over the years that it hid the pond completely and we couldn't even see it, so we got rid of it, and now you can see everything. The pond was just cleaned pretty much the same time as the waterfall was re-marble dusted, and it has a rubber lining which has held it great over the years. This is the main rock where the waterfall comes down from. You can probably see the tube underneath the rock there. And you can see that tube over there with the strainer basket. That's the return for the pump. So, you know, got that strainer basket on there so none of the frogs get harmed. All the years we've had that strainer on there, no frogs have been harmed in here, so we're happy about that. And yeah, like the pond itself looks pretty bad after the fall because, you know, it's full of like leaves, pine needles, you name it. It's extremely dirty, and we always got to get it completely drained out before we run it again for the summer season. Speaking of that tube I showed you earlier, there's actually two tubes on each waterfall. You could probably see the that little, let me zoom in here. You see the little white tube right there? I finally got that uncovered. It was uncovered because some of the rocks had finally settled, but as of right now, that tube pretty much just pours right into the water, so there's not much of a waterfall effect. So I'm going to try to see if I can find a rock to put below it to make it look a little bit more pretty. And here's that strainer basket again. You can see the tube just runs along in there. Yeah, none of these rocks are cemented, as you can see. They're basically just holding up their own weight. We actually had the big rock repositioned about a year ago, so I'm sure it's good for many more years. It never fell, of course, thank God, but you know, it was kind of sloped before. Now it's more leveled, so it should hold up a lot better. As the summer goes on, the water tends to get just a little bit more dirty from, you know, the frogs living in it, but you can still see the bottom. It's just I figure I'd show this off now since it's all nice and clear and easier to see everything. So the pump for the waterfall is located inside the cabana, which you know what, I'll show that to you now, and then I'll turn it on from there. We just got the we have the refrigerator pulled out here because the water valve was leaking, so we have to get it replaced, but it's on its way, so that's always good. And as you can see, it's extremely dark in here. Well, I mean, I just bumped into the rake. Compared to outside. So let me turn the light on here. Hopefully that helps a little bit. But then again, the videos always appear to be lighter on YouTube than on the screen here, so that's probably a good thing. And as you can see here, it's a pretty simple pump. Very basic. You got the pump right there. You got the little filter tank right there, but you know, I gotta tell you, this pump, I mean, it works great, but when we reconnect it for the summer, it's an absolute pain to prime. I mean, you have to keep constantly pouring water into that compartment until the inlet pipe for the pump finally fills up with enough water so the pump can pull it in and start everything going. It really takes a while, and it's quite a pain, but when it goes very well. And you can see all these parts here are nice crystal clear still because, you know, they're inside and they're not exposed to any sun or rain. As a matter of fact, I don't think any direct sunlight ever gets into this room. So, and we just have a back door there, as you can see, where we keep, you know, for the snowblower and everything else in the winter. The filter tank is Hayward. I have no idea who makes this pump though, but it's one of the older companies. They're probably not even in business anymore. I'm not even sure. So, alright, you could probably, once the light calms down, you can probably see the pond right there. So, we'll start this thing up. What you gotta do is turn this valve for the water in the compartment and then hit the switch. And there it goes. A little bit of pressure. And runs very, very well. Alright, let's go take a look at the pond. Very fancy. Kind of makes like a double waterfall because you can see it kind of goes into the rocks back there, so you get like another one, which is kind of nice. And you know, we'll get a shot of this one soon, don't worry. And I'll show you that small tube that I was talking about. Yep, there it is right there. You can see, just for the most part, it just kind of falls onto the, right onto the water. So I'm going to try to see if I can put a little rock underneath it to make it look a little bit better. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't look that bad, but it just, you know, it definitely doesn't look as fancy as this right here. It's a wonderful pond, though. And there's the inlet right there. A couple of pine needles are on it. And, you know, we'll get that worked on at some point. But I'm just glad it's finally uncovered again. It was covered up for quite a while. Okay. Here's another shot of it. Okay, great. Now, we'll go to the pool one. We'll leave that on because I'm going to show you both of them running. This is basically the same setup. The second tube, there's the main tube right there. The second tube is inside here. You'll see it when I turn it on. And both tubes go down there into the ground, as you can see. Yeah, so I mean, just by the way, I really don't have to explain it. Just by the way that the waterfall is set up, you can see it goes from here to there, then into the pool. So, and I actually have the waterfall set up to cycle for 10 minutes every day, just so you know, it puts new, fresh pool water in there to keep it, you know, all nice and clean, so you don't get any algae buildup or anything. Especially for the new marble dusting, because it's good to keep it as fresh as can be. Okay, let me see if I can put the camera down on the table here, and maybe I can get it to face the waterfall. Let's move this chair. Let me see. Oh, it looks perfect. Okay, so just give me a couple minutes and it'll be turned right on. You can see the second tube on the right there. Yep, and the water just flows out right through there. And the jet is right over there too, doing its job. Yep, the water just flows out right there. And as you can see, it's looks very nice. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. Forgot about that. And there's the small tube right in there. These, I do love these a lot. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I've been a huge fan of waterfalls. And just having both of these here, especially when there's people around, it's great. I mean, even the company we have too, they're very fascinated by these as well. And I mean, why shouldn't they be? These are very fancy. Just rolling right along there. And you know what? I'll go to the waterfall pump. Maybe some of you might want to hear it on. We'll see. Some may not. And there it is again, coming out right there. You can see there's just a little bit of air. Try to hide the sun here. There's just a little bit of air inside there, but it does a great job, and we hardly ever have to clean this since it's independent from the rest of the pool. Actually, you know what? Here's all the other stuff again. The inlets for the pump, they're along the wall here. Let me see if I can show them to you. You got a shot of them from there. Yep, they're right there. You see the little pool light right there? Yeah, those two inlets right there, that's where the water goes into the waterfall pump. So, usually it's not, some of you may be wondering if people ever get stuck on them. No, it's usually never a problem because there's two there for a reason, and the gratings on there for a reason as well. So it's never really been a problem with people causing them to get plugged up. Right along here. I'll get a shot of the pond again with the waterfall going. Yeah, this looks pretty fancy when you see all three of those. And that's pretty much it, guys. Yep. There you have it. So, hope you enjoyed.